Hey everyone, I just wanted to kind of do part of my vlog for the Winterween Readathon put on by Olivia Reads a Latte and Gabby Reads. The first book I picked up was one that had blue on the cover, and the story was The Stranger by Harlan Coben. In the story The Stranger, a man is approached by a stranger that tells him that his wife faked a pregnancy that she had and that he could prove it, but to ask her about it. When he does confront her, she gets upset and basically tells him that it goes deeper than all what he thinks, and she kind of like tells him that she's going to tell him later, and she kind of pushes him off. And he thinks she goes to work, and he's waiting to hear back from her that next day about what exactly is going on. He's trying to control his feelings because he loves her, and he has kids and they have the family, and he's just afraid that it's going to come crashing down. So she happens to text him that night saying that she needs time and for him to take care of the kids. So he's like, okay, this is probably what she needs. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to take care of the kids and she'll come back and she'll explain it to me. Anyway, there's more mystery that unravels behind her disappearance, missing money, and the stranger. Lots of twists and turns. Overall, it was a 3-star read for me. It didn't quite fill me with satisfaction, just the twists and turns part of it weren't satisfactory to me, but I thought the ending was satisfactory and I enjoyed that. So, like I said, it's about a 3-star for me. I liked it better than my last Harlan Coben read. So I definitely will pick more up. And the next book that I read was The Girl from the Well, and that was by Rin Chupeco. I hope I'm saying her name right. This follows an Onryu, or an evil spirit, or maybe not evil spirit, a vengeful spirit. And this spirit takes vengeance on those who harm others. So she's kind of like a ghost that seeks vengeance for others, which I think in the description it was kind of compared to Grudge meets Dexter, which I like both of those. She runs across a boy who has his own evil spirit kind of attached to him, and the story is filled with lots of Japanese lore, ghost stories, and traditions. It gives me a reminiscence of The Grudge or The Ring. It has lots of dark and creepy and violent parts in it, which I enjoyed. I just wanted more of that. I wanted more of the vengeful spirit, I guess. Even though it is from her perspective, I just wanted more of the violence. But this was to read a creepy novella or short story. I really enjoyed it. It's a 4-star for me. It had a lot of creepy, dark imagery that I enjoyed, and yeah, there's a second story to the book, so I'm definitely going to be picking that up here pretty soon. Hey everyone, just checking in. I finished the 3rd book in the Winterween Readathon, and the book I picked up was Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and it's set in a furniture store that's much like IKEA. The employees one day arrived to find lots of damage in the store, and the cameras didn't pick up anyone that could have been causing the damage. So a select group of employees basically is asked to stay overnight and see what's going on in the store during closing hours. So 3 employees do stay overnight, and a few others happen to sneak themselves in, and strange things start happening. And the employees need to figure out a way to survive the night. There were some really creepy elements to this story. And if you've read anything by Grady Hendrix, you kind of know the style of writing, and he does not disappoint. There was a lot of little subtle humor in the story, and there was horror that ensued for the characters, and a few different graphic, creative ways of portraying that horror. For me, this book for some reason was reminiscent of the movie Room 1408. So if you've seen that or read that, you kind of have the vibe to it. It was a 4-star read for me. I definitely recommend it. It was short and a quick read. And this book I chose to read as the book that you read in the dark. So I listened to this on Audible each night. So the next book that I read for the Winterween Readathon was the Amityville Horror. And the Amityville Horror follows the Lutz family and their true encounter with the horrors that follow when they move into their new home. The family decided to purchase this home despite knowing the history of terror that happened to the DeFeo family and their murders. It was definitely much more satisfying than the movie. If you've seen the movie, I would say that this book is way more detailed in the sort of attacks that the family had to deal with. And I like the perspective a little bit more. It kind of did jump around in the perspective, but it was more focused on like the adults and the priest that came in initially and blessed the home when they moved in. So all of the experiences that they had were told in the story. There was more information about the home's history as well as the land's history, and the occurrences that happened. Like the story or the movie kind of like cuts all that short, though some of it is provided. I like the true details of the story. There's more information in the afterwards, like what happened after the haunting with the Lutz family. And there's more about what the findings were of like Ed and Lorraine Warren and all the other mediums that they had come in. This book fulfilled the requirement of a book with a winter setting. You definitely felt the chill in the story the whole time you were reading it. George Lutz, he was constantly building a fire and constantly cold, so it just definitely checked that off the list. It was a 4-star read for me. Fantastic. Like I said, way better than any of the movies that have come out about it. Very detailed. I enjoyed it. So I think I am going to go ahead and conclude my Winterween Readathon since today's the last day. I didn't read a book with the word haunt in it, but I figure I've read the Amityville Horror, which is about a true life haunting. I read Horror Store, which is about some weird haunting in a IKEA-like store. And I read The Girl from the Well, which was another kind of haunting book. So I figure I've got haunting covered. So overall, I really enjoyed this readathon, and I'm really glad Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte decided to do a Winterween Readathon as well. If you guys have read any of these stories, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of them. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.